What's going on, guys? This is DaWoblefet, and I have here for you today Game 2 against SuperIntegration for my NPA match. Now, we did play this on cart, like you'd expect, but there was a disconnection near the end of the game. I had a 100% win condition at that point, so it didn't really matter to replay it, and SuperIntegration was kind enough to just give me the win. But I did make notes, just in case I wanted to replay the battle and look at it later, or maybe put it on YouTube, and what do you know, I'm putting it on YouTube. So in this game, I decided that Thundurus was alright, but I felt like Landorus could do a better job, especially against his own Landorus. In Game 1, Thundurus was really only useful for spreading paralysis, and it did a decent job there. It did a little too well of a job there, but I figured that leading with Kangaskhan and Sylveon would also get the job done. So that's exactly what I do. I lead my Kangaskhan and Sylveon against his Heatran and Conkeldurr. And so on this turn 1, I have a couple options here. I could double target his Conkeldurr, either with an attack in Hyper Voice or Fake Out in Hyper Voice, or I could predict something like a Wide Guard and go for the low kick on his Heatran. I actually anticipated a Wide Guard here, but I'm not really sure if he ended up having it or not. In any case, I just go straight for the low kick on his Heatran, and because I'm EV'd to 1-hit KO 252 for Heatran, I get a clean OHKO with low kick, and then I set up the substitute. Even if he, say, went for Protect plus Drain Punch, then I would get a substitute at the end of the turn, and then I could swap into Landorus, and I have my substitute available to me, and I can threaten his Conkeldurr, so I wouldn't be in the worst position even if he used Protect. But I did call that correctly. He responds with a Drain Punch, which doesn't knock out my Kangaskhan because I have a bit of bulk invested into it. And then he sends out his Landorus. So I decide just to swap into my own Landorus, because Landorus is the easiest swap into another Landorus, and just go straight for the Hyper Voice. He goes for Earthquake, which is a fair play, considering he would knock out my Kangaskhan and break my Sylveon substitute. He ends up just breaking my substitute, and I Hyper Voice, and I put his Landorus into another Hyper Voice KO range. At this point, I feel like that I have a very, very strong lead. He goes for the Rock Tomb on Landorus, which is a very interesting move to have on a Life Orb Landorus set, but it makes sense because you want your Charizard to be faster than certain threats. So I just go for the Rock Slide and Hyper Voice. He protects his Charizard. I'm an Assault Vest Landorus, though, so he sends in Conkeldurr, and he has to hope, pretty much, that this Flamethrower is going to knock out my Landorus, or he has to have Wide Guard on Conkeldurr. So I just go for a very safe Rock Slide and Calm Mind. If he had Wide Guard and he tried to block my Rock Slide, then I would just get a Calm Mind, and Sylveon would be able to win just through merit of being a Sylveon. But that didn't happen. I didn't actually get to use Superpower here. This is when the disconnection happened. At this point, the only thing that he could have done was outsped me if he was really fast Conkeldurr and tried to go for an Ice Punch Freeze on Sylveon, but Harsh Sunlight was up, so he could not have frozen my Sylveon, so I had a 100% win condition. So, yeah, that was Game 2 against SuperIntegration. It was pretty short, but I thought I would upload the complete set rather than just putting up Game 1. I got a new headset, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm sorry that none of my other matches have commentary, but I figured that it was more important to get the games out and just write up some descriptions rather than do commentary and have VGC 15 games published maybe in the first or second week of January, where it really means nothing. I know there is a regional going on in Europe, so maybe if someone wants to use this team or get some inspiration before they go over there, they can do that. But in any case, stay tuned for later NPA matches.